underway today, and it is, of course, India who are getting the action started. They will be taking on Sri Lanka in Barsapara, and we do have an update from the toss of that particular match. For any one of you who is hoping, of course, for India to win the toss, well, this is a disappointment for you over there because it is Sri Lanka who have won the toss and will exactly be looking to. Bowl first. So what that means is you're getting to see the Indian team who will be put into bat first, and that of course is good match practice. Really, you would argue for the Indian team. Sri Lanka, with all due respect, will probably not be one of the tougher matches of the tournament, so it could be a good match really for them to look to get their batters some form, and of course the batting, I would say, it showed promises, signs of promise at least during the series against Australia. But you would also argue that there were times in crucial chases where perhaps the batting wasn't doing as much. And so I'd say it's a good opportunity for India to actually test their batting out, get some runs on the board. It should be a decent pitch to bat on, and you could potentially be getting your batter some practice. Set a big total, and it could potentially be beyond, let's say, the reach of the Sri Lankan team, who, again, I say this with all due respect, probably aren't the strongest opposition that India would be facing in these World Cup. So a relatively easy start for them if, of course, they manage to execute their game plans and execute the game plans well. Now, I'll quickly go over, let's say, what it is that the captains have said. So Jamari Atapattu obviously won the toss, the Sri Lanka captain, and she said that, we are bowling first, and I'm pretty confident about my bowling unit. That's the main reason. So it could be a good it is a good batting track, that is the expectation, but there could be some due later on, and that's why they're going with 7 batters. They're saying that, of course, and you have to remember, for Sri Lanka, this is really something of a free hit sort of a game, because this is going to be the only game that they are going to be playing in India. 6 group stage matches, the next 5 that Sri Lanka will be playing will all be played at home for them, so there will be a little bit of an advantage there. But of course, Sri Lanka are one of those teams who, if they can make it to the knockouts, would be a little bit of an upset in that regard. So that's what we are getting to know. In fact, I'll tell you something about the pitch as well. It's not the biggest of dimensions. The side boundaries are 54 meters and 59 meters. Straight down the ground, it is about 67 meters. It is a batting paradise kind of a track, but there is expected to be a little bit of assistance early on for the bowlers, which of course could work to the advantage of the team bowling first. But overall, this is a very batter friendly track. We do know the playing 11 of the Indian team as well. So let's quickly go over that and see how the team looks. So you've got in the playing 11, the Indian playing 11, drum roll, here it is. You've got Pratika Rawal, you've got Smriti Mandhana, Harleen Deol, Harmanpreet Kaur, Jemima Rodriguez, Richa Ghosh, Deepti Sharma, Amanjot Kaur, Sneh Rana, Kranti Gaur, and Sri Charani. That is the playing 11. So interesting that Renuka Singh Thakur misses out. Let's see if there's any particular reason given for that. I don't think there's anything except it's potentially being tactical. But let's see. Yeah, India are going with 2 pacers and 3 spinners. So that's very interesting. That's very interesting that India are going with 3 spinners in this particular match. And it's also very interesting because, I don't think, let's see what it is that the Sri Lankan combination is. We don't know yet. So once I get to know that, we'll go over that 11 as well. So that's the news. This India team potentially is one that looks good. Obviously, it is a team that is among one of the stronger in the tournament. So you would expect good things from them in this regard. This is one of the stronger teams. They are playing most of their games at home. The only game which, don't forget, they aren't going to be playing at home is going to be the India versus Pakistan match, and that of course is down to the agreement between India, Pakistan and the ICC that any India-Pak matches in an ICC tournament will always be played in a neutral venue. So hybrid is very much in effect in that regard. Yeah, so Renuka Singh Thakur actually misses out. This is interesting. It's very, very interesting. But India are going with more spinners, so perhaps that's one of the reasons. Maybe they feel it'll work out for their advantage later on. Seems like a very tactical move because 3 spinners, very, very interesting to go with that sort of a combination. So for those of you just joining us, the news is that Sri Lanka have opted to bowl, so India will be batting first in this particular game. I think in an ideal world, the Indian bowlers would have wanted to get first use of a pitch that does promise to have something in it for the bowlers early on, particularly some early movement. But you look at it on the bright side, it's a good opportunity for the batters to get into some form. There will be tougher tests ahead. Don't forget there's a match against Pakistan coming up later later this week itself. The match against Australia will also be a very, very important one because, again, you'd remember that they've just lost a series 2-1 at home to Australia. That was their build-up to the World Cup, the final series that they played. So if I'm India, I want to be beating Australia to make a statement. So that is the news. We don't still have Sri Lanka's squad for some reason, but we'll go over that in a bit once it comes. Again, the news for you guys is that India will be batting first, and let's see what it is that Harmanpreet has said. She's saying that, yeah, we were looking to bowl as well. The pitch looks good. Hopefully, we'll put up a good score. Everyone is fit, so that means for Renuka Singh Thakur, this is a tactical decision not playing her. She's arguably India's best opening bowler, I would say, so very surprising. But since everyone is fit, this seems to be a tactical decision. Smriti has always been great for us. Hopefully, she continues to do well. That is what Harmanpreet is saying in the toss. And yeah, Smriti's form in the recent times has been absurdly good, especially against Australia. 250s and then 100. So she was playing very, very well, you would argue. And she's perhaps been one of India's most in-form batters in recent times. So we are about 19 odd minutes away from the start of play now. So as I said, it is, of course, an important game for both teams, an opening game. I'm sure, obviously, anyone would want to start with a win. You never want to start a tournament on the losing side because it means you're playing catch up. Of course, only one team can win, and one hopes that it will be the Indian team. On form, it should be them. They have a very, very good record against Sri Lanka. In fact, the last 6 matches that India have played against Sri Lanka, it is India who have emerged victorious on 5 occasions. So it's definitely a match that India would be favoring. Get a win, get on the tournament, and potentially, if you can, get a big win. And of course, you've also set yourself up in terms of the net run rate because you know that could be an important factor heading into the next round of the tournament as well. So, thank you guys so much for joining us on this breaking news update. Stay tuned to Sports Today. We've got lots more such things coming your way, lots more coverage, lots more action in the world of sport. We'll, of course, be doing our live shows also. Stay tuned for an episode of The Dugout today as well. So, let's see how it is the day goes. But plenty of action being expected, including live coverage of this match. Stay tuned to Sports Today for it. And if you enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe, tap the bell, all that good stuff. Follow us on social media as well. We're on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And stay tuned for more such updates from the world of sport. For now, from my side, it's goodbye.